destroy all of those people in Cross Hollows, all of the people in the valley that have settled below where we live. This is a big deal. And the lack of communication appalls me because we're such a small community. There's no reason for this lack of communication. And you could say, well, that's not my job because we're just worried about this, and the city council says it's not. But it's the building of these homes that is necessitating the changing of this road condition. So they go together, even though there are two entities that make decisions about these two things. But this is huge. I don't know if you've ever driven out on Westview, but I drive it regularly. And there is no need for the foreseeable future for that thing to be 4 lanes. 2 lanes, I've never seen any traffic on it, ever.
Or accidents.
Or accidents. And it's going to destroy the ambiance. Now, Harold, Mr. Pease, has indicated we got this other job, this other big main road that's in the planning thing way out there by Quichipon. We could throw, if we're gonna build and turn this into San Bernardino Valley, probably not, I hope not, we could throw that traffic to the west and let those roads connect to 56 and let a lot of that traffic come in and out that way where people aren't right now. But the people who have bought in this particular area bought because we just got this one little country road that just kind of takes us into town. It's just a quality of life issue. And I'm a little exasperated myself. Number one, that we can all recognize we've all been caught flat-footed. That is not right. Not in a community our size. Now, whether the city council and the planning commission need to get together and say, when we're gonna change something like this, we have to do something better to communicate to people. I'm not saying that the person that bought this land doesn't have the right. You know, private ownership is private ownership. And if you can't do with what you want with your land and come in and try to get zoning changes, that's the American way. And sometimes we get caught in the middle of it, and it's not nice and it's not helpful. But the main thing that I think Mrs. Roberg is talking about is, and it hasn't been answered tonight, is when it changed from the R20, was it at annexation and all bets are off when the land is annexed, and then it goes through the process of rezoning because it's part of the city, then those realtors that told her that she was protected didn't know what they were talking about because they didn't tell her about the risk of annexation. So that's what I want to know, if that's what happened. Through annexation, when that was approved, whenever it happened, then all bets are off, and now we go through a whole new process of zoning that land. Is that the case?
Simply, yes. Once it's annexed, once the property owner decides to annex it, and it comes into the city and it has to absorb a new set of codes, then yes, it's what the realtors are saying, and understand that the realtors don't speak for Jenny, plug here.
Right.
The realtors don't speak for the city. They're selling property. No, you're good, you're fine. It's been this way for 20 years. It's not gonna change. I mean, they're not representatives of the city to say, no, this is the way the zoning is, this is the way it's gonna stay. They don't have the.
I get
And
that.
you
But
did
a lot of
summarize
people
it,
do.
you did summarize it well. I think that, so for the audience, yes, what you said is how it does happen.
Okay.
And what is happening tonight, or yes?
One thing that does happen when property from the county annexes into the city, we've got what we call an annex transition zone. And so it can sit in that zone for quite a long period of time, and if somebody buys that property and wants to go ahead and rezone it according to the city, then the first thing we look at is our general plan map. And we see what the city has, tried to make the best guess on what that should be zoned, based on the general plan map. So
And that's also how roads are determined, these 4 lanes and 2
Yeah,
lanes,
the
right?
general plan process also includes a transportation component where we, basically would, do all, or identify all our master plan roads throughout the city. And that's, it's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years since we've updated that general plan, and we're just in the process right now of trying to start that back up.
And how does a community member find out about the general land use plan changes? I think that's one of their questions as well.
Well, I said it before, but, the website's probably the best place to look
Right.
at and see what's happening with the city on our agendas.
I'm just trying to talk to a couple of groups here, planning council, can we do a better job for our homeowners? Can we somehow, county, whatever, can we do a better job? Because this is a significant change in the whole environment out there. And I'm not saying that all that land doesn't need to be developed under the right conditions. But we need to know, and it would just, I just think we just promote better relationships in the community. I have one other question. So this individual who owns all this land, he can choose to ask, I guess, to be annexed. Is that what happened? I guess he requested it?
Yes.
Okay. So in Cross Hollow Hills and in Northridge, all of us that live up on the hills right there, those are all owned by individuals. So the only way we could be annexed is if by a vote of those homeowners, we decide that we want to be annexed, right? Because there's no one person that owns all that land anymore. So that's a little bit more
Right.
difficult thing.
Right.
Okay, just want to check that out. Then this may be a little comical, but I've seen this all my life, and I just gotta bring it up tonight. So we just spent thousands of dollars redoing Westview from 56, not quite 56, but close to it. You know what the section I'm talking about? To where the road goes up to the observatory?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I looked at that and I said, gosh, are they gonna put in, 4 lanes at the time? They did nothing. They repaved and they put a little bit of what's the side road? The shoulder, a little bit better shoulder.
We're gonna excuse
Sure.
Craig.
Okay.
He has another engagement, and that's why he's leaving early.
So here's my question. So we just finished doing that. Did anybody not know that we were gonna be tearing it up less than 6 months later to put in pipes underneath the road? Why would we waste the money to do that? I mean, does Peter and Paul not talk to one another? That's my question. I'm thinking, we just finished this, and now we're tearing it up again. And it's torn up as much right now as it was when they were putting it together. How does that happen?
Kid, that's a kid question.
Come on, kid.
Actually, the part that's just recently been torn up was not in that new section. That new section ends right where the University Farm sheds and houses are. That's where we ended that project.
Oh, is that right?
This is beyond that.
Okay, so I missed it by 100 yards.
Yeah, so
I guess it's 'cause
we
I
weren't
drive
tearing up
through the
new
dirt
roads
every
out
day,
there. The developer wasn't tearing up new roads.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Jill Bassett. Adam, I appreciate you looking up when we're up here. Kit, I need to ask you a question. I didn't understand what the man was saying about the Bauer property. When I'm lot 1, I'm on 1950 South and Westview Drive, and he said there was a 100-foot easement. When I bought my property, that easement, I'm assuming since I paid for that extra 25 feet, that wasn't that wasn't there, that there was a 100-foot easement. I'm very confused about that, because now that 100-foot easement will come into my property, and had I known that, Kit, you know darn well my husband's a carpenter, you don't know that, but we would have put our house back further. And so I am confused. I don't know where this 100-foot easement, when that happened, because we already paid one developer, when I bought my property. So I don't understand. I'm confused.
Well, it goes back to what I mentioned before, and it really happened through the city's, master planning process. And one component of our master planning process is master planning, our transportation network, where we master plan, basically the 100-foot roads, the 75-foot roads, which are minor arterials, and the major collector roads. And that is a major arterial road. It's been on a master plan for years.
How long, so when I bought my property, they didn't say? In other words, why would I have paid, I'm confused, I guess. I'm sorry if I'm ignorant. It seems to me like, that was part of the price of my property, but then you're saying there's a master plan and it was always going to be made, this main thoroughfare, is that correct?
Well, not always, but it's probably been close to 20 years that that's been a master
Well,
plan
I've been
road.
there over 20 years now, so, I'm having a difficult time with that. I think there's gonna be a bunch of changes, and I know that you guys, here know that people are very passionate about their property as owners, and, I don't wanna say too much more, Adam. Sometimes it seems like you're not interested, but, okay, with your head down, okay. Last week, Mr. Cousins asked, my neighbor how long he had been here. Things like that, I don't understand the intent behind a question like that. As property owners, like, we're very passionate, and you guys, this gets very emotional, and sometimes it does seem like, the respect, like, goes both ways. If we were rude last week, that was unprofessional, but sometimes it seems like it comes back to us too when people are sharp and say, talk in, and I know you're taking notes, talk in the microphone, or somebody's not looking or paying attention, or I think I see people smiling behind the scenes when we're up here talking. I think it goes both ways, and so I would hope we'd be civil. I'm trying to understand. I might lose property on both sides of mine, which we paid for, like you said, Kit, over 22 years ago, and as a carpenter, my husband would have put my property back from that road, but thank goodness my kids are grown. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I apologize for last week if it got ugly, but when we talk about the citizens that come, before the meeting even, talk about the citizens that come to those, and we were rude last week, it's still very unprofessional if we're talked about, because we're so, emotional, but I know that we can be civil, and I appreciate all you're doing. I was just trying to understand. When I bought. There was no 100-foot easement that I was aware of, and do you know what I'm saying? Because I already paid for my property. And now, so anyway, thank you.